Hello friends, welcome to another episode of The Root Cause. During winters, most of the people who got this hypertension issues, they start having more blood pressure issues. Their BP goes further up. Now, what happens is that people, because of this, get into a vicious circle. Why? Because then they take more blood pressure medicines. But then the problem is that these blood pressure medicines do not really hit the root cause. They are creating more problems in our body. Let's understand how. During winters, first of all, let's understand why during winters blood pressure goes high. This happens because during winters, because of less of heat in the weather, our blood vessels start constricting. Don't we become shrunk like this? We start shivering, we go inwards, we get into the quilt and all that. We are not like this, what we are during summers. So this is happening exactly inside our blood vessels also. Our blood vessels also start constricting. Our blood circulation weakens, the blood goes inwards. This is the time when we should be having hot, pungent, sour foods. Okay? Why? Because pungency stimulates heat. There is no heat outside. There is very, very less of heat outside. So you need to have heat or hot potency foods in your food. But then hot potency foods alone will not suffice. You need to have pungency also in the food so that there is electricity flowing in your nervous system and it's stimulating you. Okay. Alongside, during winters, you become astringent. The body constricts, so it becomes astringent in nature. So you need to give opposite to it. Remember the principle of opposites. So you need to give opposite. That means sour. So you need to give more of sour foods, more of pungent foods, more of warm foods during winters to undo excess of constriction. And when the body is constricted inwards, what will happen? It will cause high blood pressure. Because what will happen? Whatever food you're eating, it will get stored towards the core only. It will not be able to get digested properly. Your agni will become very, very less because there is not enough of heat. There is not enough of spark. For example, ginger gives spark. It is pungent in nature. It gives a spark also. It is not just pungent, it is also hot. So it gives a spark. But then during winters, the spark is lost. So whatever food you're eating, if you're not having these tastes, the food will not get digested. You will start burping, and gradually your blood pressure will go high because the food is getting deposited in your blood vessels. It's not getting digested and gradually it is becoming toxic. This is the reason that chawanprash is an excellent food for winters. Excellent food for winters. However, it is absolutely wrong to consume chawanprash during summers unless somebody is staying in air conditioned through and through. That's a different thing. That's a different story. But during winters, ideally you should be having chawanprash. You should be having ginger. You should be having soups. If you are having very, very heavy foods, and they will get constricted and they will get deposited in your blood vessels, so you should be having hot soups also. This is the reason that during winters you enjoy hot soups. Now, if you keep having blood pressure medicines during winters, then what will happen? Let's talk about one of the blood pressure medicines. I am strictly against beta blockers, atenolol, propranolol and all that, barring few conditions. Because atenolol and propranolol, they close your heart and they reduce blood from your entire peripherals. As a result, later on you start developing very, very serious health issues and they become irreversible in certain cases unless you learn a lot about Ayurveda, acupressure and all the way I did. I had to, in fact. So let's not talk about beta blockers. I'm strictly against it. Let's talk about certain group of medicines, olmesartan, telmisartan, etc. So what they do is that they work on our kidneys. We have angiotensin receptors over there, and what happens is these receptors, they close and they open basis the amount of fluid in our body. Okay, so it's a feedback system which the body is getting. So when you take these certain medicines, they block these receptors. As a result, the body becomes, our blood vessels start dilating, and there is no feedback going on in the body. And when they remain dilated, our blood starts going inwards like this because of the effect of gravity. What will happen? If your blood vessel is this big and then there is blood in that, but if you dilate it, then what will happen? The blood, because of the gravity, will start dropping downwards and inwards. Exactly, this is what happens with the certain group of medicines. So what will happen? They will take the entire blood towards the core, which is already towards the core during winters, even during rains, even during the rainy season. And as a result, what will happen? You will start constricting inwards. And there will come a stage later on, maybe few years down the line, not immediately, that you will start feeling extremely cold. You may not have control on your bladder also, because your body has constricted so much. You will start having pneumonia and these kind of issues. Please remember, unfortunately, because of recency effect, we are not able to attribute the problems that we develop because of these BP medicines to these BP medicines. We think that, okay, this is because of some other reason. If you go to some Ayurveda doctor and he gives you the medicine, he or she gives them, and he will say, okay, this is because of that medicine. No, it is because of that medicine which you have been taking for donkey years, which has rogered your body. So please refrain from having more blood pressure medicines during winters. Yes, during the summers, you need bitter. If you remember, why bitter is required? Because you need to de-stimulate your body. Body is overstimulated, so you need bitterness to calm it down. Bitterness is against stimulation, so you need to calm it down. That is why during summers, onion is excellent for you. During summers, coriander is excellent for you. But you should not be having much of onion during winters. Absolutely no during rains. You should not be having coriander during rains. Very, very less during winters. Even if you want to have a bit of coriander during winters, it should be accompanied with lot of pungency so that it balances. If this much of bitterness is accompanied with this much of pungency, it's fine. But if you are having this much of bitterness along with this much of pungency during winters, it is wrong. Okay. A lot depends upon constitution also. If somebody is overly stimulated even during winters because of XYZ reasons, then yes, he or she may need a bit of bitterness, too much of running around and all that, too much of mental work and all that. That's a different thing. But I hope you got the crux, and now onwards you will avoid consuming too much of blood pressure medicines, and rather reduce the blood pressure. Don't worry, nothing will happen. There were people, I have taken blood pressure medicines for 15-16 years and in bulk. Okay, and after that, for last 16 years, I have not taken even a single blood pressure medicine, and I have been able to cure myself only because of these foods. So you can also do it. Otherwise, you will get into a vicious circle, and unfortunately, the end becomes very, very horrible, because there becomes too much of imbalance. Your upper body will stop getting blood. So what will happen? You will have dryness, you will become angry, you will have confusions, you will have brain fog, etc., etc. Your lower body will have more blood than the upper body. Okay, in case of sartan. All right. That's all in this episode. Thank you so much. I would request you to like and subscribe the channel, promote this channel for the benefit of the world. I would also request that in case you want to go for further understanding and a deeper understanding of Ayurveda, please buy my books, and the links of these books are captured in the description in the video. Thank you so much. God bless.